On today's show, we have these two beautiful educators, Michelle Branson and Erin Lyon. We can't wait to get to know them. Stay tuned. Welcome to Conversations with Creatives.
With the Arts Council ladies, I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Leslie. And today we have a really fun show. I've been looking forward to this one. We have educators, which I'm a big fan of. We're all a big fan of.
We love education.
Yes. So we have Michelle Branson.
Hello.
And then Erin Lyon.
Hello.
You will get to know them a little bit in a bit. But first, we have a very important question. Ladies, we always start with a very important question. Mm-hmm. So be ready.
To break the ice a little bit, to help you kind of get loosened up a little bit.
Okay.
Michelle, I picked this question especially for you because you and I have done this activity together.
Oh my God.
recently.
Okay.
When she told me, Erin, I knew you would love this question.
I was like, if
I'm a
you're-
little concerned.
if you're in a
Okay.
band or music.
I know what it is.
Oh.
Can I guess?
Yeah, you can.
Is it what's your karaoke song?
Oh,
It is,
wow.
But I have a little caveat to it.
Okay.
It is, see, and I also have it written down right here beside you, so you might have.
Oh, well, I didn't cheat. I'm not a cheater.
I was like, this is pre-planned. That's what I
Yeah, no, I didn't do that.
If you had to karaoke one song for the rest of your life, what would it be? You can also karaoke other songs, but you have to sing this one song every time that you karaoke.
It would definitely be, there's a song in Rent that I made my husband learn.
just listened.
And it's got like really, the one with the really goofy lines in it, like, who do you think you are barging in on me and my guitar? And he's just like a total goof.
Oh, yeah.
And my husband is not like a musical theater-y kind of guy, but man, he learned it and he commits. And I would definitely choose that as the song because it's still funny to me. And we've been married for over a decade,
I
so
love that.
Is that
it's so good.
him and Rosario Dawson, like the Bon Jovi guy and Rosario
Yes.
Dawson?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember their names.
Like
but-
the No Day But Today
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I listened to that soundtrack actually yesterday, getting ready, and yeah, I haven't listened to it in a couple of years.
This is great. We should be friends. Let's just all do karaoke together.
There you go. Michelle does have a sweet karaoke set up at her house, which is where I did some it was like jazzercise karaoke.
I have a picture. I'll show it to you
Oh,
after
it's pretty great.
Yeah.
What are you doing tonight? Are we going
could go
at
up
your house?
Yes. I got it for my 40th birthday. I was like, we're going to have a funeral for our youth, and we're going to have karaoke and a bunch of stupid stuff. And it was great. And I just kept it because
Why not?
why not?
Why not?
Yeah. Why not?
I
Okay.
don't have a karaoke.
So there's a party tonight at her house.
Yes.
Did I tell you?
Let's go.
Absolutely. So I get really into the songs. I'm not a good singer, but I'm a great performer.
You're great at karaoke.
I am, well, not the singing aspect of it, but the.
I disagree.
I
She
put on a
hits
show.
notes.
Put on a show.
Lindsay will definitely sing along to our lobby music sometimes.
I do.
And it's one of my favorite parts of the day.
Because it's really bad.
It's
really, really
But she
bad.
does it on purpose.
I do, and
it's so fun.
I try to make it bad, so it's entertaining at least. Yeah.
I mean, I get it.
Yeah, and I throw some high kicks in there too. So I'm really good at kicking
I
high.
really want to see this.
I know.
I'm there one day.
Any day.
I don't know. I
Arts
might
Council.
kick like a light out or something in here today.
Wow,
So
that's really
yeah,
impressive.
yeah. So
Okay,
all right,
Erin.
So Erin,
Well, mine is going to be probably pretty super cheesy. So I was in the Army as a musician for 9.5 years, and I played the oboe, obviously, but I also was
Obviously.
a vocalist. Well, sorry.
obviously.
I know, right?
Sorry. So, but anyway.
You have an oboe air about you, so
I do.
yeah.
The quirky weirdness. But anyway, so I was a vocalist for them too, and my favorite thing to sing with them was God Bless the USA by Lee Greenwood. I know that's really cheesy and all that, but
I love it though.
and
good.
yeah, when that comes on karaoke, I'm sure people are like, okay, let's get out. But that's one of my favorite things.
No, it's a
No
great
way.
one.
That one makes you feel feelings. Like it's good.
Well, and just like, I don't like personal experiences, like especially the older generation too, they love it.
Oh yeah.
And just I remember so many 4th of Julys and everything like that, singing that, even though it's kind of cheesy to us in this day and age, but still meaningful. Yeah. But Ren is awesome too.
For real.
Got to do it.
We're gonna have like a
Seriously.
Rent patriotic karaoke night.
We could,
It's good. I
we
love
could,
that.
yeah.
Maybe we
Let's
could
do
do Wicked too, huh?
Oh yeah.
11 out of 10.
Oh yeah. Actually,
11
Michelle and Carla sang what was the song from Wicked that you
The one with the feelings?
Yeah.
Loathing?
What is this feeling?
What is
oh,
this
yeah.
feeling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I will
very,
sing that with you.
it was very good.
Look,
And then
let's
I'll
he's
do
gonna
any
kick.
part
Turn
of
off
the
the
band.
cameras.
Yes.
Let's go.
Would you be
Wrap it up, Philip. We're leaving.
Elphaba or Glenda?
Look, dealer's choice. Whatever
I know,
you
I don't
want.
care
I was going
either.
to say, depends on the day.
Look,
know.
my secret, like, I wish they, you know how they have art classes for like people that you can just audit, you just go in, you do a craft class or whatever. Where is the like musical theater
Audit.
audit for like people like me who never did theater, but like we will like
Love it and
Just want to be
respect it.
theatrical.
just only in the car, only in the shower.
Yeah.
Like, we could just put on a production. I mean, you guys are arts council ladies. Like, make it happen.
We do put on productions, actually.
Right.
Yeah, but like with real actors, not like crazy ladies who want to see if they can like wear a costume and belt it on stage.
I don't know if
I was
I've
going
ever.
to say, and hit that note.
I don't know if you've ever met an actor, but they are kind of crazy.
That would be. I think that'd be really fun. We just have a musical theater night, and you can get up and
Would just and the only rule is you can't be a professional.
right.
yeah.
But you
Yeah.
but you have to have costumes and everything.
It's like a musical theater open mic night kind of thing. I don't know.
This
What
is
have I
genius.
done?
Here's the foundation.
It's happening.
I did. I just walked into something, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh boy, I'm sorry.
Get ready for it, everybody. Get your
take it
favorite
back.
musical theater song.
Take it back. So
Awesome.
okay, well those are some pretty solid.
you gonna
karaoke
answer the
songs.
question?
So, I had a. I mean, whenever I karaoke, I just like karaoke'd everything. So, like Chapel Roan, always can get down with some Chapel Roan. But Mr. Brightside, I feel like I really like put my
classic.
I put my best effort into Mr. Brightside.
My kids love that
choreography
song.
and
Yes,
everything, though?
of
Okay.
course.
So
Yeah,
that
yeah.
would be
There was hand motions, lots of pointing,
More kicks.
more kicks, a lot
Has
of kicks.
that song been in something recent, like
Well, it's
Stranger
been-
Things?
It's
or,
been in everybody's brainstem since it came
well,
out.
it
in the
has
early
to be in
2000s.
something like TikTok. Something,
I don't know,
because my
probably.
kids have just like fallen in love with it. And
Well, if they have
don't-
ears, then yeah.
Well,
everybody
they
know
don't do
it.
that unless it's like some trend. Sorry, I love you kids, but that's the truth.
Yeah.
Well, it's really Hannah getting the trend, and then she convinces Gabe to join.
She just
And
plays
love
it so
things.
much that he hears it, and yeah.
So anyway,
So
Cool.
awesome. All right, so let's.
are you not going to ask me mine?
I'm sorry.
God, I feel so left out.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, Leslie,
I've been thinking about it, and I still really don't.
what's your
But
karaoke?
I was very obviously into the 90s country or 90s, you know. So
Praise
Alanis
music.
Morissette. Well, praise music.
I can't believe my mom let me listen to that. But
Alanis Morissette and Shania Twain.
Oh, of course.
Anything by them.
Oh yeah.
But I would probably do. I don't know why, because I mean I'm a married woman, but I would probably do Any Man of Mine.
okay.
I mean, it's a
I
classic.
don't know.
a
like,
classic.
I could sing it.
It's a banger. So
Yes.
it doesn't matter if you're married or
No, it
not.
doesn't.
That single lady song by Beyonce.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if you're married.
That's
or not.
right.
Everybody sings single ladies.
It's
Yeah.
good.
So there you go.
Awesome. All right. Well, these
Okay.
are some good choices. Good choices.
Looking forward to your party tonight.
Yeah.
Yay.
There you
Look, don't play. I'll do it.
go. She comes to
there.
win.
I do.
Comes to
Yay.
win. So, all right. Well, let's kind of get to know you a little, both of you a little
That's
bit.
right.
We have what we call our villain origin story.
Yes.
So,
Villain origin
Erin,
story.
you mentioned you were in the Army. So I'm kind of curious how you went from like 9 years of Army to middle school band.
So I didn't. So I think that's kind of the fun part. So I guess I was teaching for about 7 years at this point, and I was just in a spot in my life where I didn't have any kids at this point, and I was connected to nobody. And at 29 years old, I got a call from one of my dear friends in the 151st Army Band and was like, "Hey, we need an oboe player." And I was like, "Okay, cool. I'm 29." And they're like, "Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be great." I was like, "Okay." So I did. And I went in the audition, and I'm in a tangent for a second. I spoke to my commander, Commander Mills, and, you know, he's like, "You're a great player and everything, and here are your strengths." And I was like, "And here are my weaknesses." And he was like, "No, those are your lesser strengths." So it's something like really big that I actually got from that audition. But passed the audition, and lo and behold, about a week later, they said, "Okay, you're going to Fort Jackson." So at 29 years old, I went through basic training for 10 weeks and did something called split ops.
Do they make you take your oboe with you? Like hold it
No,
while
so
you're
with
doing
basic training, I know, right? I got
really
you.
like you're going into battle with this
Yeah.
thing, so
No, so my MOS was actually it's called a soldier musician. So you're a soldier first. But the cool thing was that like I could actually split it up. They called it split ops. So I did basic training one summer, then I taught the next year, and then I went to the Army School of Music for 10 weeks the next year, and then graduated from there. And I was a part of the Army for 9.5 years.
Wow.
But it was awesome. Army School of Music was amazing. I got to just learn so many different techniques and everything. But I was training with the Marines and the Navy and the Air Force too,
Wow.
so it was a really cool experience.
That's insane.
She's like, I know. I know.
The idea of doing basic training is like,
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, but you know what? You just kind of have to get out there and do it, right?
Yeah.
no, that's awesome.
So, but it was awesome, and I actually ended up getting out. I was spending a lot of time away from my kids, and it was at a point in my Army career that it was either you move up or it's not. It doesn't look good. So, for me to move up, it would have been more time away. So I just decided to go ahead and table that for a minute, and who knows what's in store? I may end up going back on completing my 11 years, so we'll see.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome. So then how did that lead into the working at the school?
So it didn't. I actually taught. I taught like 7 or 8 years, and well, I guess maybe at this point 6 years. And the school districts that I was working for, they completely supported me in doing the military stuff. And so anyway, when I got out of the Army, I still taught at Clay Chapel Middle School for a few more years, and ended up teaching at Leeds and Hoover, and now I'm at Chelsea. So going into my 19th year of teaching.
Wow.
So yeah, I've just been teaching all along the way.
That's awesome. And so you teach a middle school band?
I do teach middle school band at Chelsea Middle School, and
Yay.
absolutely love it. I can't believe I'm going into year 19. It makes me feel really old.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just keep learning. I'm about to complete my EDS at Auburn in music education. I'm just plowing through. So, but I love what I do. I know you love what you do too.
Oh, yeah.
And I have so much respect for that too.
Girl, same. Which is harder, basic training or dealing with middle schoolers?
It might be equal.
Yeah.
It might be equal.
It's like going through basic
Yes.
training every
Middle
year.
school teachers are Vikings. Like,
Right? Especially beginning.
and kids that know.
Yeah. Especially beginning band, though, right? That's
It takes a little bit, but it's so much fun. And I guess the same. I do a lot of Army analogies in my room. You probably heard me say some. I talk a lot about crawl, walk, run, and I talk about that in band. But that's what we talked about in Army. And I talk about ready, aim, fire. It's not ready, fire. You're not going to do it. So it's kind of cool to make those just like those analogies with the military. Yep. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I know, and I almost just busted out with, I know one thing you train your kids. When you say, I'm old, they're supposed to say, you're not old.
Yeah, that's the most important thing.
So about did that because Gabe's told me about
Yeah,
that.
they're scared. Yeah, they're just kidding.
So my Gabe is one of her students, and he adores her. Adores her.
I adore
She's
him.
so great. He's going into 8th grade now.
I don't want to talk about
I know. So last year with Miss Lyon, and he is in the marching band. So
He made it. He
That's a-
auditioned as a 7th grader and made it as an 8th grader marching up. He's a great kid. Awesome.
Yay.
And, well, we don't have to go into that story, but I am going to go into that story. This sweet woman, I know that her son is very talented, and he was about to skip out on an audition. And I was like, ring, ring. And they were in the car.
she
and I
remembers
said,
that day probably at
I
work.
said, hey, Miss Belk, Gabe is supposed to audition today, and Gabe's like, I can probably see him in the back seat, like, Anyway, she made him audition.
Yep.
And did he make it?
He did.
And did he have an awesome experience?
He had a
and
great
that's
experience.
what it's all
Was
about.
that Shelby County Honor Band?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Yep.
that was one of our first like true meetings.
Yeah,
you know.
I know, right?
I was like, no, your son's trying out. He said he was, and we're not going back on our word. But it worked out, and it propelled him forward.
And my wonderful workplace was like, sure, just leave out of the blue and go pick up your kid and go to, I don't even remember where we went. Oh, it was Thompson, I think.
Yeah,
Was it
that sounds good.
Hoover? I don't know where it was.
It was
somewhere.
one of them, yeah.
Somewhere.
Right.
Somewhere
Oh, it
in
was
Shelby County.
Helena, actually.
Oh,
that's
what it
right.
was.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
that's what it was. But-
I also got to be a chaperone, mind you. The what else? Oh, bus captain. What was that my name?
I named you bus captain.
Bus captain, bus one, best bus.
Bus one, best bus. But
On
she got promoted pretty
Disney.
quick too. I lost my voice.
That's right.
I think it was day 2, day
Yeah,
3.
yeah.
And she had to translate for me. It didn't always come out accurate, but she did a great
It
job.
was fun.
And I'm very thankful.
Yes, it was such a good trip.
It really was.
And the way that Erin is so cool and calm and just
Most of the time, right?
yeah, but you just took everything with stride. I mean, we had how many middle schoolers at Disney World?
It's a lot. It was 2 charter busloads of
Yeah.
humans.
So
Yeah, we've all been there. The Disney
Yes.
trip with the 2
Yes.
charter buses.
Yes.
It's like
it's chaos.
But I will tell you, with all the awesome chaperones and my favorite colleague in the world, one of my best friends, Jill Herrig, she's the choir director at the middle school.
She's great.
We tag team everything, and so without her and the chaperones, we couldn't have done it. But
She's great. And the
phenomenal.
kids were great.
They really were. It was
So
awesome.
Chelsea Middle School does have good kids. I'm not
Yes.
saying, as favoritism here, but
A little biased.
other ones are good too. Anyway,
Awesome. Well, Michelle, let's talk about your background.
it's so boring. I feel we
it's
should have
not.
done these flip-flopped.
Whatever.
I've never been in the Army.
I don't think anything about you is boring.
run a mile. I couldn't run half a mile.
I bet you could run half a mile.
If somebody were chasing you,
Yes.
So it would take like a full zombie. Like it would take like a threat to my life and livelihood. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty boring story. Like I just went to college and
And you went to Montevallo.
went to Montevallo.
So.
Thought I was just going to do elementary education. Got into it. Stuck out like a sore thumb. Like I was such a weirdo, and like all the people there were all in a sorority and super normal and very like a whole thing that I am not. And so I was like, oh my gosh, do I really want to teach? And I was like, yes. And then much to everyone's disappointment, I think, because I always made like really good grades and all that kind of stuff, I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be an art teacher. I'm going to go to school twice. I'm going to get a master's degree so I can have like the least job security in education ever. And so my parents were like, cool. And bartended through college, which really trained me for kindergartners. And
There's not a big difference between kindergartners and drunk people.
no, no.
there's really not. They randomly cry. They have to go to the bathroom all the time. Like,
They'll just
Can't draw a straight line.
They yell at you for no reason.
yes. Okay, so you guys get it.
I babysat before, so
Yeah.
I get it.
That is hilarious.
And then like I remember my the job that I was taking before I started my internship. Right before that, I took a pay cut to start teaching. And again, it's one of those things like you never know. You're in your 20s. You don't know what you're supposed to do with your life. So I was like, oh my gosh, am I making the right choice? And like a year in of traveling, because I was 2 different elementary schools. We had like 900 students. There were a couple of days I didn't have a planning period. And it was like you have to run everything like a cooking show, like have everything pre-planned out to the nth degree. And like, I just loved it. I was obsessed with it, and I'm still obsessed with it. Like, this is year 13, and I went from teaching elementary to teaching high school. I never did middle school. I did my internship in middle school.
You got to do it.
Well,
you're doing it now.
I cannot. It's because, okay, so I
Were you
love
in high school?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I
okay.
love the
Okay.
littles because it's like enthusiasm be goofy,
Yeah.
right? And then I love the high school students because I'm obsessed with all of their ideas. Like
Yeah.
anytime somebody says like these kids nowadays, I'm like, they're literally better than all of us. Stop talking. Like the kids are all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. I love it so much. But like in middle school, it was just like, you know how kids are like trying on their new identities? So like you can have one kid who is 3 different kids in 1 week.
And that's actually
know?
one of the things that I like about teaching band, because like they come to me like babies, and then 7th graders, they're like little dinosaurs.
Yes.
And then when they're 8th grade, they're actually kind of adulty. And then you ship them off, and it's sad to see them go, but to where they came from. So you get to see like the finished product of 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, and then you
Yes.
get to see their ideas that they got in middle school and all that too.
I love it so much. I'm obsessed with my job. Yeah, it's actually kind of my only personality trait at this point. So, oops.
And not to be a conversation hijacker, but it's really interesting that you said that you kind of accidentally got into arts education. I wanted to go into performance. I was like, I'm going to perform. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to get my education degree as a backup. And I did it like you. I was like, now I'll get my master's in education as a backup in 19 years later. And I wouldn't have it any other way. But
Yeah.
it's just neat how, the universe just kind of aligns everything for
Oh,
you.
absolutely.
It's just cool.
Never know where you're going to end up.
Yeah,
so
right. Not at all.
and I met Michelle because she would enter artwork into our shows at the Arts Council, and
that's
so
how y'all met?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just forced my friendship upon her. And
Look, I was trying to figure it out because somebody asked, like, oh, how long have you known Lindsay? And I was just like, forever? I don't know. An indeterminate amount of time.
It's just like there was never like a starting period. We were just friends. Like
Yeah.
it just happened. And I mean, she worked at Shelby County High School in
Yes.
Indiana,
Which
so
was
I would-
4 seconds
yeah,
away from the Arts
exactly.
Council.
So I just see her over there a lot too. And
That's really
And then
cool.
she always encouraged her kids to enter our
Right.
high school juried art show, and so yeah,
Encouraged, bullied,
Yeah.
potato, tomato, whatever.
so she's at Helena High School now, and doing a great job over there.
Oh, yeah.
So, so I'm curious to know from both of you, like, kind of this like day and age. There's a lot of technology, a lot of like AI, kind of art, or even music. Like how has that kind of changed the landscape of like how you teach or how you still get your students to be like use their own creativity instead of trying to like use a computer or a program or something like that.
It's probably different for me because mine is literally, I teach, at least for my band program anyway, I teach it very, it's very fundamental, and there's not a lot of opportunity for technology to be involved because it's very straightforward. Like, here's our piece of music, this is the reason we're learning it. But as far as AI, it hasn't really done anything for band, really. But it is neat to see the kids. Like, we played a piece that was about Pearl Harbor bombing, and you probably remember that.
Right.
For the veterans program. But it was neat. I can see a huge difference of kids now versus 10 years ago actually going on their own and researching and going, what is this piece actually about? And then they'll come back to me and tell me, whereas 10 years ago, I just don't remember kids doing that. So I know that's not AI, but that's one way I see a huge difference in it, which is neat. It's really neat
Right.
Yeah.
to have that.
Okay, so
Oh boy.
How's your fight
That's
been?
right. Art's probably a big one.
so AI makes me a little spicy because in the art realm, a lot of those models are trained off of like stealing people's stuff, right?
Yes.
So, and there is also a touch of like I'm basically a Luddite. Like I was the last person to get an iPhone. I am the actual worst at technology. So there might be a little bit of bias there, but it's just like any tool, right? Like you can use it appropriately or you can use it inappropriately. And so we have a really great educator so at Helena, there are 3 teachers. Summer Simpson is our like technology guru. She's figured out ways to ethically include AI into the preparation process. So in my classes, it's all traditional media, but she does more digital. So we really just try and be super mindful of like, make sure that you're using this tool to enhance the ideas that you already had and to prepare for the artwork that you were already trying to make. And I think that has to be the focus, right? Because at the end of the day, yeah, it's a valuable tool, but you have to think about like, okay, well, whose artwork got fed into that tool? Like, what
Right.
can we do on our own to make sure that we have like integrity in our process?
Right.
So it's a little bit of a tightrope. And, if you teach AP, I don't know if you guys are familiar with like the AP art program. They're very persnickety about what is plagiarism. And just because a lot of people think you find a picture online and you paint it and that's your work of art, but it's not.
Yeah.
Well, and as we go along, it has to be so much, it has to be really kind of complicated to know if it is or isn't. Like, it does take integrity, like you said it, and that's got to be.
Right.
I mean, because even in music, you can plagiarize like Vanilla Ice and Queen. Hello, it's and it's trying to get like even if you're using like samples of
And if I were like teaching like jazz, and I really wanted to incorporate that in the program, but there's just a lot of children, so I have to stay on the straight and narrow. But with jazz, you have improvisation where it's like you can make up your own stuff, and that's where like I think we would run into stuff because they might go look up different licks that this awesome jazz musician did. But as for band, it's just so different. I know you have to deal with it so much more.
Yeah. But then, the difference between like, are you using your cell phone? Are you using what image sources? Like, can we compile? Like, yeah, it's a little bit of a minefield, but honestly, the kids want to make their own stuff.
Right.
Like, they want to be original. So it's all about being a facilitator as an art teacher, like making sure that they have everything that they need and just like, yes-anding them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it's just a good way to educate them, especially on plagiarism and like this is what we don't do. You know, if we're gonna use this piece of art, we have to change it so much or something like that. So I've encountered that with a couple of other art teachers, especially for the high school juried art show, because we've run into plagiarism a couple of times, and we've had to address it. And one of the teachers, she's like, I always use this as a tool to like talk to my kids about this and how this is not appropriate out in the real world. You cannot professionally get out and do this.
Right.
And so I think that's a really important tool too. So I appreciate teachers that address that and like, try to teach kids, whenever you know better, you do better. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course. 100%.
That's right. Hey, the arts, you're creative. I mean, that's a huge part of just using your own creativity and being
And that's the fun
individual,
part.
so-
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Like, why are you going to skip the fun part
Right.
where you get to say the thing that you wanted to say?
Right.
You know?
No, exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
that's the part that, I don't know, that's the part that makes it all worth doing, right?
I feel like you would struggle with that more with like beginner students. Do you teach like beginning art?
We, at Shelby County High School, which I spent a big chunk, I think I was there for 7 years. Yeah. And so I taught everything because I was a single Pringle. So it was Art 1, 2, 3, 4, AP 2D, AP Drawing. We had a service-based art club. So it was it was all of it. And, one of the things that I was proud of was that I had kids who weren't like good at art. Those kids that struggle, they're just like, can you just do me a step by step so I can make something pretty and my mom will put it on the refrigerator, just like, please.
Even in high school, they want that. I'm like,
Yes, they
I know.
do. They're still kids. They want,
know.
I say they're still kids. I still would be like, you put my drawing on the refrigerator. Oh my gosh. But this is awkward to talk about, but it's like you don't have to be good at art to get all of the things that you need to get out of art. So like once you take away that fear of like, oh, well, I have to make something that looks good. It's like, no, you don't. You just have to not know a skill and then I'll tell you about the skill. And then maybe you'll be better at the skill. And that's enough. Like nobody thinks, oh, well, I'm not a beautiful musician. I'm not a great singer. So I can't sing in the shower or I can't sing in my car. But for some reason we think that about the visual arts. Oh, I'm not good at it, so I can't do it. Incorrect. Like
It's for everybody.
it's for everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
great.
Yeah. I mean,
I've never heard it put that way.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's just about like having fun and, learning something new, and you might not be great at it. I'm not always great at everything I do, but
Oh, you're great at everything, Lindsay.
Well, and I was going to tag on to that too. It's now that you're talking about this, art seems, not that it's not a group effort, but it's so much more individualized, whereas band is definitely a group effort. Like if a trumpet's playing too loud, the whole band is going to sound bad. So I get what you were saying too. It's like, well, about the single person not being as strong as the rest of the crowd, but it can still work. You just have to work as a team. And I tell my band all the time, like in sports, there's a bench, and in band, you are the only person that can put you on the bench. So either you're on the bench or in the game. But anyway, it's just an analogy that I use. Like, we're all part of this, but it's your choice to put yourself on the bench. And I guess maybe it's more individualized for art. I don't know, because do you guys do collaborative
We
things
do.
too? Okay.
We have a couple of collaborative projects that I like to do. We do critique a lot, which is a really cool way to get the whole classroom involved. And it's honestly one of my favorite things about teaching. But they all sit at those tables, where you're facing each other. So you would be shocked at the amount of collaboration that goes into every single project, especially if you have one of those classes. Like, I'm sure you've had them before where it's magic because everybody wants to do the thing. So they all lift each other up. It's like the sum is greater than the parts or whatever. I don't remember how that saying goes. But anyway.
That sounds good, though.
Yeah. But yeah, they do. They collaborate a lot more than you think they would.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
good.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
Band, it's like the only thing they do independent are like things like we were talking about Gabe. Yeah, trying out individually, and sometimes that gets a little bit tricky. But people like the kids who are in band to be a part of a group, they just kind of stay away from the solo aspect of it. But some kids just need to be forced, right?
I know, like my son.
Yep.
Erin, I think it's very interesting, your song choices, and they feel so good, interesting, not bad, interesting. And like, especially the spring concert felt so, personal. I mean, it was beautiful.
I feel like I want to cry. But...
I know that. I mean, it was the most beautiful music. I sit there and think, how are these middle school students playing this?
But that's and I know that you get this from, I know, you get this from your job too. We played a piece, can I talk about that?
Please.
Okay, so there's a piece that's called Stay, and it's written by Randall Sandridge. I'm not sure, I'm allowed to talk about that, right?
Sure.
Okay. You know that copyright. But on each kid's piece of paper at the very top, it said, you playing this music, you matter. And it was called Stay. And it is about mental illness. And that's a really hard topic to talk about with any age group, but with middle school. And, you know, I know in our community we have lost several students in the past few years to mental illness. But I did have a talk with our awesome guidance counselors. I was like, hey, this is what I plan on doing. And they were awesome about it. And they just basically said, hey, just give them the paper. And then I told them, it was about maybe 3 days before the concert. And I told the counselors, I was like, okay, now I'm going to tell them why we're doing this. And they already knew, but it was like, now I'm really going to tell you. And a very quick personal story, a girl that I went to college with, she passed away. It was a year ago. It was a little over a year ago. One of my best friends, a beautiful vocalist, we were in Sigma Alpha Iota together, and one of my we had 4 mid sisters, and she was one of them, and very close with her. I was in her wedding, 2 beautiful kids. We would go camping with our families and everything, and you just wouldn't see it on the outside. And I just had to tell my kids, like, this is who I think about, and I need you to know that you are better being here. And that was hard to talk about, but I had so many kids come up to me after that class, and so many kids come after me that class, just giving me huge hugs and going, thank you. I know that is so hard to talk about, and I was scared to talk about it. I was like, I don't want to lose my job. But that's why, like, people are so worried to talk about it. But anyway, one more thing. I had the administration and the guidance counselors come in for their dress rehearsal in the band room. And, I mean, our principal and our counselors were in tears. And they just played that piece at the concert. Ooh, I don't know.
It was unbelievable.
It was amazing because they actually had something to put into that, whether they were going through it or whether they saw the emotion through me or anything. But that's one of the most important thing about arts is creating, right?
Right.
And I feel bad for those kids that never get to get that experience because either they choose not to or they think they're not good at it because even the worst player in that group, I know they felt it. And that's going back to what you said. You don't have to be the best player, but you need to be a part of something. Don't do that.
I know, I'm not crying. I have allergies.
Jeez.
Summer allergies. Listen, but as a parent, I would never have expected for band for them to talk about the importance of mental wellness and mental health and to go through that. Like, seriously, it was very special in that concert. Like, I mean, I feel like all the pieces were very emotional and I mean, it was something else.
Well, I think especially with like music and art, I mean, it comes from inside.
Yeah.
You know, you can't create a piece of, you know, something without like putting yourself
Emoting, right?
Without putting yourself
And
into
how
it.
important that, like, especially middle school, going into high school, it's like you're just learning who you are, and you're this quirky, weird kid, especially 7th grade, where the girls are fine, but then again, the boys turn into dinosaurs.
Oh, gosh, yes.
But, you know, most of the symphonic band is made up of 8th graders, but, like, her son was in symphonic band as a 7th grader. But to be able to give that gift to emote through music or art, like, that's what it's about.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they
and-
call it the humanities for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
it teaches you how to be human.
Oh yeah.
And it's never too early to learn to
No.
be human. It's
Right.
never too
No,
early to learn to
seriously.
deal with
And
those
it's never too
emotions.
late either.
Right.
It's never
Yeah,
too late.
for sure.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's people that they don't become artists till they're 60, 70, 80, or
Right.
don't, start playing music until much later in their
Yeah.
lives. So, I think that's
They
that's
don't
really
start their weird musical theater situation
until
Until
later in their lives. So.
Soon, when we have
until
that,
right now.
you're about to have your debut. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Absolutely not.
Right here,
It
right now.
is
You're
too
gonna have
early.
your debut. It's coming.
We got
At the
this.
Arts Council, y'all. Come see it. I know.
All right. Well, now that we've made everybody cry,
Yes. I really didn't expect to go that way, but I did want to talk about her beautiful song choices that you wouldn't expect in middle school band. So it was beautiful.
Thank you. I appreciate it. They were awesome. They were awesome.
Awesome. Well, thank y'all for being with us today.
Thank
you.
This was a
Thanks for
great, fun. We had everything.
We had everything.
We laughed, cried. We,
there were
had a blast.
dinosaurs.
There were dinosaurs.
was
There
everything.
still are dinosaurs.
There's musical theater. We talked about Rent. I mean, gosh,
we covered it all. So.
everything. Thanks, ladies, for being with us.
Yes, thank you for
Absolutely.
educating the children of the world. We need more people like you. So
That's right.
Get
Best
an
job on the
education.
planet.
Right.
Get
Best
out
job
there,
on the
do
planet.
it. See, best
The
job
arts
on
are
the planet.
important. So important.
Yes, thanks for tuning in. I know y'all can check them out on their schools pages and
Put my
social media
website
pages. And
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we'll link your website.
They're great,
to your
exactly.
art pages and
Yeah.
stuff like
Awesome.
that. So thanks for being here today. We are officially on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So if you don't want to look at us, you can at least listen to us. And you can always find us on YouTube. So at ShelbyCountyArtsCouncil.com. That's our website. So,
Yes,
check that
thanks for joining us.
All right, we'll see you next time.
Bye.